for spending part of your Sunday morning with us. It's been said that when a person decides to become a nurse, they make the most important decision of their lives. They choose to dedicate themselves to the care of others. Well, the value of a skillful and caring nurse cannot be overestimated, but this country will soon be facing a severe shortage of qualified nurses. The Sisters of Mercy, dedicated to serving the poor, the sick, and uneducated, founded Mount Mercy College when they arrived in Pittsburgh. At the renamed and expanded Carlow University, nursing remains a vital part of their mission. Dr. Lynn George is Dean of Carlow's College of Health and Wellness. Dr. Janice Nash is Associate Professor in Carlow's Department of Nursing and teaches at the College of Health and Wellness. Her career reflects 30 years in acute nursing care, including medical surgical nursing. We welcome them both to this program. Thank you so much for being with us and for helping us to understand this nursing crisis, nursing shortage. Let me just start with you, if I may, Dean, because, I'm somebody, a baby boomer, and I am ever conscious that as my generation gets older and older, we're going to need more nursing, more healthcare in general. How bad is the shortage?
Well, there's an existing nursing shortage nationwide, and it's projected to get worse over the next few years, out as far as 2024, that we will not have enough nurses to meet the needs of our healthcare systems and our patients.
Is there a particular shortage here in Pittsburgh?
Yes, in particular in Pittsburgh, every one of our healthcare systems has indicated that they have open, unfilled positions for nurses.
Well, I mean, that in and of itself is, if it's not just in Pittsburgh, but nationwide, then what do we do about this?
Well, one of the things we need to do is partner with our clinical agencies to make sure that we do all we can to increase the capacity of our academic institutions so we can prepare nurses for the positions that are available for now and for the future. One of the things that Carlow is doing is we have a second degree in nursing program, which is for individuals who have a bachelor's degree in something else, right, and they decide they want to be a nurse.
Well, a classic example of that happens to be my niece, who has a degree, I think it was in English or women's studies or something from Wellesley, and she decided to go into nursing at the University of Pennsylvania, went back into school and got her nursing degree, and I think she's working on some higher degrees like you, Dr. Nash. Tell me about the practical side of nursing today. Is it a difficult job that might discourage people from getting into it?
It is a difficult job because of the shifts and because of the physical and emotional toll that that type of work takes. But it's also very rewarding, and I think when our students are in school and having their practical experiences at the area hospitals and healthcare systems, we really try to expose them to all different types of specialties, and we're very fortunate here in Pittsburgh to have all those specialties. And our hope, of course, is that students will find an area of nursing that they feel like, this is where I want to start my career. Right. And really, we put a lot of emphasis on the flexibility that nursing will provide and the growth that somebody can have. And there's so many different ways that nurses can move in once they become a registered nurse, and the advanced degrees, as you mentioned. We have a lot of our students at Carlow that after they finish their BSN, their Bachelor of Science in Nursing, will go for an MSN, which is a Master of Science in Nursing, and there's family nurse practitioner, women's health nurse practitioner, right, as well as getting a master's in nursing, leadership, or education.
Well, it seems to me that if there is such a shortage, and I read somewhere about 1 million nurses, a shortage by the year 2024, I mean, that's only, 6 years away, then that ought to mean that the pay should be really high for nurses, and I think a lot of people want to support a family on nursing. Is that possible today, Lynn? Can you do that?
You can. If your question is, are nurses paid enough for the work that they do?
Well, that's a good question. Are they?
No. I think that the humbleness of the profession has contributed some to that, because nurses are scientists, nurses are focused on safety for patients. They spend the most time with patients.
Sure.
And we have significant data that supports that the more education a nurse has, the better the outcomes for patients. So.
I saw one study that suggested that nurses, and I'm sure this is after some experience and time at it, can make in the 6 figures. Is that true, Janice?
That's true for nurse anesthetists. with the advanced degree and specializing in nurse anesthesiology, so working in the operating room administering anesthesia, and nurse practitioners as well.
Right.
But in terms of bedside nurses, that is not.
Still underpaid.
I would say that there's still a lot of room for improvement, and it's that acknowledgement and recognition of the work that they do and how vital their role is.
Right. Well, we suggested at the very beginning that nursing in some ways is really a calling. You really have to want to get into this profession. Do you see that among your students at Carlow?
Absolutely. It's consistent with Carlow's mission, as you mentioned.
Right.
But our students are very devoted to the idea of having a meaningful career, one in which they are making a difference in the lives of individuals, as well as in the lives of and health and well-being of individuals throughout our country.
Right.
And it's such a satisfying position and role to have. And increasingly, nurses are being recognized for their leadership skills, and that's important, to recognize all that nurses do and use them fully to their capacity.
Janice, are nurses treated right by doctors? Because I will tell you, I've seen situations where I thought doctors, and I call them out on it because I call everybody out.
Good for you.
But I think sometimes they're not treated as an equal part of the team as they ought to be.
Yeah, sadly, I would say I still see that in the hospitals, and I still hear that from the new nurses that I work with, that there's not always that level of respect or acknowledgement for their contribution, their professionalism. However, it's overall, it's better than it was 30 years ago when I got into practice. But I think as educators, our role is really important in teaching our new and young nurses to speak for themselves, advocate
Right.
for themselves. And just that simple, please don't talk to me like that. We're here
don't
for the
call me by
common-
my first name if I can't call you by your first name. It's very simple rules. I use them all the time with doctors. They call me by my first name, I call them by their first name. Simple as that.
And it's an important aspect of it. You've hit on something that improves communication. So when we treat each other as equals and human beings, there's better communication and there's better patient outcomes.
Right.
So we
Right.
should all be addressing each other by first names.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us. Everybody should know that Carlow University, a great place to get nursing degrees. I know we've put your website up on the screen here, so I hope those who are interested will pursue this, because, hey, I'm going to need you. A lot of us baby boomers, we're going to need you in the next 10, 20 years, so please be there for us. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
When the Sunday Business page continues, why a new casino resort is a good bet for Beaver County. Stick with us.